Whose hearts are blazing, so let's raise our candles and light up the sky, praying to our Father. In the name of Jesus, make us a beacon in the darkest times. Carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, deceived and cold. Hold out your candle for all to see. My son was brutally taken away from me, and I just feel the need that I need to stand up and say, you know what, enough is enough. I mean, violence as is very common, but when it hits home and it hits our children, then I think we need to wake up and realize that, you know what, it's not getting any better, it's getting worse. And it's not okay to kill, and it's definitely not okay to kill our children.
We see earlier that you were speaking with Melissa Hamilton, a mother who recently lost two of her children. Can you tell us if there are plans in the pipeline for you and her to collaborate in the future?
Definitely. I think that even though Miss Melissa and me were from different eras of life, I definitely see me and her working together. And in fact, I see me and all mothers working together, and even fathers, because we all need that person to talk to us at some point, and somebody that has been there has done it, and we need a support system.
How do you get from all this awareness into things actually happening? Because we've seen, I think, hundreds of vigils. We've seen so many parades and marches across this country, and really and truly it hasn't gotten better.
Well, I would definitely let you know that I'm a very consistent person, and consistency is key. And if you have the will and you have God's blessing, anything is possible. And I think me standing here in front of all of you and being so strong and not being on my knees crying should say a lot, that we have and we serve an amazing God. And I will not let my son's life go just like that. I will not let anybody's child life go like that. In regards to what I plan on doing, I'm very green to this. This is the last thing that I expected or would have thought I'd seen myself doing last Friday. But with the support I've been getting, and I think that we have very resourceful people in this country, if they use their resources in the right way, we could definitely see a positive movement. Me and Grandpa talked, and we agreed, well, he agreed that he wants to do an annual bike ride for Tyler, because Tyler loved his bike. Every year he would get a bike, a bigger one, of course, to suit his little size. So we've agreed that we will definitely do that to keep him in mind. What I plan to do, though, is I plan to work with children, because whether we want to believe it or not, our children turn into monsters before our eyes because we neglect them. We neglect our children. We don't pay attention to them. We leave them to the mercy of this cruel world. And I think that if we learn to work with our children, we would see better progress. Our children need love. And I used to love my baby, and I still love my baby, and I show him a lot of love, and I will continue showing him love. I still carry him with me everywhere, but he's with his grandfather right now. But I'm not to sound corny about it, but that is what comforts me. And everybody has something different that comforts them. But my plan is to work with children, and my plan is to be a support system for mothers and fathers, people that are not as vocal as I am, and people that are not as strong as I am. And I plan to try to spread and plant that little seed of love in everybody's heart, so they could find God somewhere along the way, and we could also get back to maybe a God-fearing community as we once were.
Shakera, you speak of that strength, and I think thousands of people across this country are like in disbelief at your strength. I think your composure, and even just how eloquent you are and how graceful you are throughout, something very tragic as this. Where do you get that strength from?
I pray. That is where I get my strength from. I'm a child of God, and I'm proud to say it.
Looking at this murder of this 7-year-old boy, what message do you hope as a youth advocate that young people out there would take from this? I mean, it's a tragedy for the family, but what message do you think this death should send to the rest of the country?
I believe it gives us a wake-up call. We have had over 100 murders for this year, and the year hasn't finished as yet. Most of these murders have been done by either young people, or the young people are the ones that are killed. As I said, and I strongly believe, and I will never stop believing it, that our values and our morals starts from home. And we need to start to go back to village raising a child. There are many people who are having children, but because of circumstances, they're not there. But we need to look in the mirror, we need to reflect, and we need to understand that this problem with crime rate in our country is not just Jair Flores in jail's problem. It's all of us. It's all of our problems. Unfortunately, people want to bury themselves in the sand and try to say to themselves, it doesn't happen to me. But it affects all of us. All of us have tilers in our homes, we have tilers in our neighborhoods, we have tilers in our communities, we have tilers in our educational system. We need to start focusing on the priorities and stop focusing on the blaming issue.
At the match with my son Ian Sambala and my daughter Empress Hamilton, and also my nephew Aaron Gabriel at the match, because I want justice and I won't stop until I get justice, because this was 3 innocent kids. One was 4, one turned 9 in Galveston, and one was 11. And I need to tell the Belizean people they should all come out and march for justice, because these were innocent children. We will not leave this so. We have to fight for the rights of the children and for the rights of the other in the future.
Do you think you'll get that justice that you're looking for?
Miss, I know I will get that justice, because like I told him on the news, he can run from man, he cannot run from God.
And I want to say to that killer that killed my baby and take away him from me, I have already told you, give yourself to Christ. Because the commandment says, thou shalt not kill. You never give life, so you have no right to take life. I beg you to give yourself up, because you have done wrong.